Aku orang Bangka, apapun situasinya, bilang bye out.
Kami bukan orang Bangka, tapi kami
Kami orang Bangka. Asa hari macam nih, kami disuap bilang panasan, kami nyebut banget.
Aku orang Bangka, kami nyebut orang berantem, bukan berantem, tapi betakau.
Woi, ada orang betakau.
Ku orang Bangka. Di Bangka kami nyebut cantik, bukan cantik, tapi
Weh, Cion ge hari niris.
makasih kaget cikar.
Kami orang Habang tadi nyebut bohong, kami orang Habang nyebut ngakel. Oh Step, kah cantik Step, tapi ku ngakel kah?
Kami orang Belitung. Bahasa Bangka kan Belitung nih, tidak jauh beda kok. Bahasa Bangka nyebut kau tuh ka, kalau kami sida. Kami orang Belitung. Kalau di Bangka, kami bukan nyebut mereka, tapi biak-biak.
Wants to know more detail? Come on, let's look at a seminar on how to make a Bangka Belitung dictionary.
On 7th May 2024, we attended a dictionary making seminar by the Bangka Belitung Language Office in the seminar room at University of Bangka Belitung. We learned about the difference between dictionaries, the formation of dictionaries, and the symbols in dictionaries. The speaker was Mr. Muhammad Irsan, head of the Bangka Belitung Provincial Language Office. The first thing is the history of dictionaries in Indonesia.
As a human beings, we all know about dictionary, right? Before we start, let me give a flashback about dictionary in Indonesia. It is first only the list of words, but then having development for being bilingual or dwibahasa, and then monolingual or ekabahasa. Meaning of bilingual or bilingual and monolingual is about how to translate it one language or source language to another or target language or even stay. So the source and target is the same language. I guess we are too familiar with the bilingual, and monolingual is now the center. Monolingual dictionary is to translate, explaining, giving example of the original language to the modern language that we more used to. For example, in English, we called it as a cell phone. If we translate it to Indonesia, means telepon genggam. That's the example of the bilingual. And here is the example of monolingual. In Indonesia, there is gawai. If we translate it to Indonesia to the language that we more used to, it is known as telepon genggam. This monolingual dictionary is now adapted to translate the local language to national language. And that's why Bangka Belitung Dictionary is now exist.
The second part is the dictionary formation procedure.
Okay guys, next is the procedure for compiling a bilingual or dwibahasa dictionary. There are 5 procedures for compiling this bilingual dictionary. First, determine the goals and objectives of the dictionary. The aim is to document almost extinct language for the general public with a type of receptive dictionary. Second, determining the data source. Data sources that can be used are social media, recordings, and spoken language. Third, data collection. The data taken from the questionnaire is then recorded to make it easier to provide equivalents or definitions. Fourth, data processing. This data processing includes 3 things: selecting, defining, and editing. Then the final procedure is typing the dictionary text.
And the last one is the orthographic symbol in the dictionary.
The next is orthographic symbols. Orthographic symbols must be prepared before dictionary preparation activities begin. Orthographic symbols that are often used are First, one dash. Single dashes are used to connect words in repetition. 2. Dash or dash. A double dash or dash is used to replace the main entry. 3. Tilde. Tilde is used to replace sentences contained in the description. 4. Comma. Comma are used to mark parts of the description as a choice of word form.
5. Semicolons. Semicolons are used to separate words from that have the same or almost the same meaning synonyms contained in the meaning description. 6. Colons. A colon is used instead of a word. For example, in a description to the start an example sentence for the entry being given a description. 7. Brackets. Brackets are used to mark alternative words from that still have the same meanings, each of which can equip the same word class function and meaning in the same example sentence. 8. Slash. The slash is used to mark the pronunciation of words that contain the sound elements E or A. 9. Arabic numerals. Arabic numerals are used to mark homonym form, placed in front of entries that have a homonym form. Placed in front of entries that have a homonym form, slightly upwards.
That's all for what we get about the formations of dictionary in our seminar. Thanks for watching.